it's astonishing when you think about it, because it's not even a very white lie. It's a deception, and the science, I mean, pseudoscience does seem the right word. I don't drink anymore, but when I used to drink, red wine made me happy. It didn't make me happy because I had a red wine deficiency.
Right.
So, and you add into it, as you well know, someone like Dr. Marcia Angel, who edited the New England Journal of Medicine for 25 years, saying that she has no confidence in drug studies conducted in this country because of the economic incentives. One wonders the extent to, it's easy to understand why drug companies would push these things. Why would psychiatrists, and of course not all of them did, but why would so many psychiatrists buy into this sort of delusional or deceptive set of theories when they're not, unless they're big stockholders in the drug companies? What's in it for them to buy into this?
Well, this is a good point, because it's more than they just bought into it. At the very highest levels of the American Psychiatric Association and high levels of academic psychiatry, they actually promoted these ideas, and they also became engaged in the very drug studies that we now know aren't reliable. They were biased by design. Results were spun. That's what Marcia Angel was talking about. And why is that so? What happened to psychiatry? And really, there's two things that happened. One, in 1980, the American Psychiatric Association published the third edition of its diagnostic manual. And with that manual, they basically adopted a disease model of psychiatric disorders. And as they did this, they ceded talk therapy to other disciplines. So what was their real product now in the marketplace? It was drugs. So they're in a pretty hard place to start saying, and so they want to promote the drugs as safe and effective as possible. And this became a metaphor, in essence, to make their product look better. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing that happened was that academic psychiatry got bought by the pharmaceutical industry in the 1980s and 1990s. And by that I mean is the pharmaceutical companies signed up academic psychiatrists to be speakers, advisors, consultants, and in a wholesale manner. And once that happened, that very much altered how trials were conducted, how they were reported, and what story was told to the public. And I will tell you the first time, so I can remember being as a newspaper reporter writing about how psychiatric disorders were due to chemical imbalances. And at one point I asked a well-known researcher, can you just point me to the research where this was found to be true? And he says to me, and he's just told me, like insulin for diabetes, he says, oh, it's just a metaphor. And I said, what do you mean it's just a metaphor? He says, well, it's something we say to get people to take their drugs because it provides them with an easy understanding of why it's good for them. But I said, it's not true. And he goes, well, not really, no. And I was astonished, but that was the explanation I was given. It's sometimes the explanation you still hear, but as you said, it's really not a white lie. It's just a fabrication.